Hello, guys.
Hey.
Hey, Lab Martians Season 1, Episode 7. Martian Web-Slinger. Spider-Man, the hero, keeps getting back up. Oh, this is going to be an epic and legendary episode.
So, welcome back, Earthlings, to another transmission from the Lab Martians podcast. Today, we're going to swing into the multiverse to talk about one of the most relatable superheroes ever created, Spider-Man. Now, when you think about superheroes, you might even think about billionaires, the fancy armor, gods with magical weapons, or aliens with all these unbelievable powers. But Spider-Man's different. He's the hero who gets knocked down, he loses, he struggles, he makes mistakes, he gets embarrassed, he has bills to pay, who doesn't relate to that, relationships to figure out, and somehow he still gets back up and says, all right, let's do this.
Exactly.
And that, I think, is the most heroic thing about him and what draws so many people to his universe.
He's so down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's so relatable. He's a New Yorker. He's so down to earth. That's why today we're rocking the Spider-Man shirts.
Yeah.
Representing. So we're going to start with segment number 1, the Spider-Man difference. So Spider-Man's greatest power isn't his strength, the spider sense, or even his web shooters. His greatest power is perseverance. And what is perseverance? Perseverance means to never give up even when you fail. Always keep that in mind. Don't you agree?
I do. I think his ability to persevere, sometimes, you're reading a comic or you watch, any of the movies and you're just like, man, how much more is he going to have to go through? Or if this was me, I think I'd be curled up in a corner calling it a day. But somehow he finds a way to crawl back out and find positive in it somewhere.
Exactly.
And keep going. That's a skill.
I know there'll be days he want to smack a mofo.
Definitely.
All his super strength. So Peter Parker is consistently tested. Mm-hmm. That is the thing of him being a great, great hero. He loses people he loves. He faces enemies stronger than him. He struggles financially. We can all understand that. He doubts himself. He questions if being Spider-Man is worth the sacrifice. Guys, let me tell you something. Sometimes the goals you set and the goals you want and the goals you're trying to get, sometimes you're tested. Are they worth it? Let me tell you something. They are.
Yeah, they are.
It is worth being Spider-Man. It is worth chasing your goals. And if you feel like you want to smack a mofo, that's okay to have that feeling.
And sometimes the mofo you might need to smack is yourself and tell yourself to get a grip that your dreams and your goals are worth it.
Exactly. So, but every single time he finds a reason to continue, you have to find that reason. When life gets hard and this constant setback after setback, you have to keep finding the reason. That is what it means to be epic and legendary.
And we talk to our students about this.
Yeah.
You have to keep refocusing on your why and your vision and why you're going to keep getting back up. And that no matter what the struggle is, you have that vision and that why, and you get up and you dust it off and you keep on going.
Even if you got a why and you don't see and you want to be and you feel like you got to pee, you still got to find that why. So the life lesson for segment number 1, here's the life lesson. Sometimes being a warrior isn't about never getting knocked down. Sometimes being a warrior is about having the courage to stand back up. That is the life lesson for segment number 1.
And to understand, guys, within that it's okay to get knocked down.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're a failure. That doesn't mean what you're doing isn't worth it.
Yeah.
It just means that that's your obstacle towards achieving your vision.
That's what it means to be epic and legendary, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I keep trying to say it.
E&L.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know?
You know?
So segment number 7. There we go. We got tongue-tied there. Let's try that again.
That's a struggle.
There it is. So segment number 2 is the secret weapon. This is just not working for me currently.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man's humor.
That is the secret weapon.
Right? See, I'm giving you an example of that right now, even though I got tongue-tied twice. So one of the things that makes Spider-Man different from almost every hero is the jokes, right? He could be in the middle of fighting someone who literally is destroying buildings and saying all these things, and I'm going to kill everyone, and blow up the city and the whole 9 yards, and he's still there giving some jokes and giving some positive vibes.
The villain would be like, I'm going to destroy you. And Spider-Man would say, wow, dramatic entrance. Did you practice that in front of the mirror? And he laughs.
Yeah.
That's what Spider-Man does.
He does. He has some really good sarcastic jokes in there. And, sometimes when you're joking in a serious situation, people can take that wrong.
Yeah.
As in, they don't care or they're taking it too lightly. But really, if you delve into that, like Spider-Man uses his jokes as an armor.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He uses comedy as a way to stay calm under pressure.
Yep.
It's not because he doesn't care. It's because he cares so much that he needs to keep that focus and that drive. So he needs a way to have a release valve.
The most dangerous people are the ones who can find the humor. Doesn't mean that they're not taking the circumstance serious or they're not showing compassion towards the circumstance. But the most dangerous people is when those type of people stop joking and they stop laughing.
It's about to get serious.
It's serious. It is completely serious. So hit us with the life lesson for segment number 2.
So the life lesson, remember, sometimes a positive attitude doesn't mean your problems disappear. In fact, a lot of the times that doesn't mean they went anywhere, right? But it does mean that you refuse to let your problems control you.
Exactly.
You have the power.
You do got the power. And again, I keep saying this, if you feel like smacking a mofo, it's okay to feel like smacking a mofo. You might be the mofo. You might have to give yourself a smack on the back of the head and say, all right, get this together. We got this.
That's right.
Most definitely.
And sometimes you got to crack a joke at your own expense as well. Spider-Man and Peter Parker are known for that.
Yeah, you gotta crack on yourself sometimes.
Can't take it too seriously.
You know any jokes?
Not off the top of my head.
All right, I got one for you. I got a joke for everybody, right? What did the superhero tell the pig in the kitchen? It's bacon. Come on, guys. You know you like that one. Let's get into segment number 3. Believe it or not, Spider-Man was a ladies' man. Y'all remember my name? Back in the day, it was Brother the Lady Love. So believe it or not, Spider-Man was a ladies' man. Now, here is something that surprises a lot of people, especially those who don't read a comic book. Comic book Peter Parker was actually quite the ladies' man. People sometimes think that Peter Parker is the awkward nerd who couldn't talk to no one. But throughout it all, Spider-Man's comic history, Peter has had a lot of confident, charm, and romantic success.
Yeah.
Man was a player.
But it's interesting, comparing, his main ladies, which we're gonna get into with Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane Watson.
Well, he got some
what attracted? Well, he's got some others besides that, but the ones we're gonna get into. But what attracted them to him? And it wasn't always because he was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Peter Parker had his own drive and pull, and there's some good reasons for that.
Yeah. So why? That's the question. Why? Because Peter Parker's greatest attraction wasn't his muscles or his power. It was his personality. This is one for everyone who is looking for companionship, looking for love. Never underestimate your personality. What Peter was? Funny.
Yeah.
He was intelligent. He was compassionate. He was loyal. He was courageous. And he was passionate about helping people. And a lot of people think passionate about helping people is a weakness. It's not. It is when you help people and you allow people to take advantage of you and you don't stand up for your own self-worth. Now that becomes a weakness. So let's see. Characters like Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane Watson, and others were drawn to Peter under the mask. Kitty Pryde from the X-Men. She was into Peter.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. Kitty Pryde. You can say Black Cat, but that's a whole
different conversation.
But even when Felicia found out, she still had a thing for him. And if you know any other female characters that were really into Peter Parker, I'll give you another one. You ready? I'm a comic book guy. Jessica Jones.
Oh, yeah.
She was into Peter Parker, too.
I think that one's definitely less known.
Yeah, that she was into Peter Parker, too. But again, guys, if you're listening, drop a comment on... Don't forget to subscribe on our channel. Don't forget to follow. Drop a comment. Let us know. Who were Peter Parker's love interests in the comic book? We want to know if you know. Drop a few. Hit one name in the comment. So let's see. The lesson for this, for segment number 3, the real power isn't the mask you wear. It is who you are when no one is watching. This goes for people who might think, I will never find love again. Don't put your mask on. Don't try to be something else you're not because people can appreciate you. Let me say that again.
Authenticity is key.
Say that again.
Authenticity is key.
Definitely is.
Authentically you. Don't apologize for being you. That doesn't mean you can't want to better yourself or grow, but never apologize for being your authentic self.
I remember, right, when I really like started dating, I had my own place. And a few of my friends were like, you gotta put away the comic books and the video games. And I was like, no, I ain't putting away the comic books and the video games. If they can't appreciate the manga, the comic books, and the video games, I ain't putting those things away.
I got told that about my Funko Pop collection.
Wow.
That no one's gonna wanna, date a woman who has toys sitting around all over the place.
Toys. You know how much some of those Funko Pops are worth? Okay, get out of there with that. So let me repeat the lesson for segment number 3. The real power isn't the mask you wear. It is who you are when no one is watching. Hit us with segment number 4.
Now this one's a good one. Peter Parker versus Spider-Man.
Oh, snap.
The ultimate balance. Okay, this is where Spider-Man really sets himself apart and becomes one of the greatest characters ever created. Because Spider-Man isn't just about being the superhero. It's the balance between Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
Yep.
So, for example, Peter Parker, he's a student. He has homework to do. He has professors he has to please. He has deadlines, right? Spider-Man, he's worried about running around, protecting the city where he's still got expectations, right? The city expects Spider-Man to swing in and save the day, right? Meanwhile, at the same time, he's also a friend.
Yep.
Okay? He's got real world relationships and not just happy-go-lucky ones like sometimes you see personified, but he's got real ones. His girlfriend gets mad at him. His aunt gets mad at him. Things go sideways. His editor doesn't like the pictures he brings in. He's got real problems that he's dealing with. But at the same time, when he steps into the Spider-Man spotlight, he's expected to be a hero. To make those hard decisions, to think 90 steps ahead and still make things happen. Okay? He's also trying to simultaneously live a normal life and be what he wants Peter Parker to be, but at the same time, he's carrying the responsibility of Spider-Man, not just for his family and relationships, but for the whole city, the whole world. Yep. So the challenge is finding the balance between the two.
Yeah. Like you said, Spider-Man is the protector. He's the hero. He's someone that carries the responsibilities for others. With Peter Parker, he's the student. He's the friend. He's the family member. And apparently he's the lover. So, someone trying to build a normal life. And the challenge is finding the balance between the two.
And here's the secret, right?
Yeah.
Peter learns that being Spider-Man doesn't mean he has to stop being Peter Parker.
Exactly.
Let me say that again. Peter learns that being Spider-Man doesn't mean he has to stop being Peter Parker. The best version of Spider-Man is when Peter embraces both sides.
Exactly.
And that's something we all need to keep in mind, right? We have different roles that we have to play in life.
Yeah.
You know? And usually the best version and the most successful of our visions is when we're able to embrace both at the same time.
Exactly. You know, people forget that Peter Parker, Spider-Man, he was also a great teacher. He mentored and taught the ultimate Spider-Man.
That's right.
Miles Morales is the ultimate. Spider-Man might be the spectacular. He might be the amazing. But Miles Morales was the ultimate, and he looked up to Peter Parker. He looked up to him as a teacher, as a friend, as a mentor, knowing some of the struggles that Peter got, but he was always there and always saw his teacher and his friend as something greater because he never lost himself.
Yeah.
And that's what inspired Miles Morales to become the ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's our takeaway from that, guys? Your responsibilities should not erase who you are. The goal is not to lose yourself while helping others. Okay? Just because you want to help others or do something even more epic and legendary does not mean that your authentic self has to disappear.
Exactly. So, segment number 5. And again, guys, we want to hear back from you. We want some feedback. Segment number 5. Spider-Man's greatest quote, responsibility. Let me say that again. Spider-Man's greatest quote, responsibility. Everyone knows the famous lesson. With great power comes great responsibility. But sometimes people misunderstood that quote. It's not just about having superpowers. It's everyone has power. That's what that's about. When your words have power, you choose when your words have power, your choices have power. Your attitude has power. You are an example of power. You have that example. And the question is, what are you going to do with it today? That is the number one question. Let me backtrack this whole power thing. Your words have power, your choices have power, your attitude has power, your example has power. The question of the day is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to allow these mofos to get under your skin? Or you're going to appreciate the skin you have and keep being epic and legendary?
Yeah, because a lot of times in life, things happen and we suddenly feel powerless, right? I can't change it. I don't know what to do, or I'm stuck where I'm at. But, the truth is even within those hard times, you still have a voice.
Yep.
Right? You still have choices that you can make within there. You can still choose the attitude that you're going to use. So while you might not be liking these circumstances, or you might not know directly how to change it yet, you still have all the power within there to make it work for your success.
You do. So keep in mind, guys, that's where the quote, with great power comes great responsibility. We all got the juice, baby. You got the juice. Let me say it again. You got the juice. Just appreciate the type of Tropicana you got. Or if you a little bit of Sunny D.
What kind of juice are you going to be?
What kind of juice you got? And appreciate your juice. And make sure that you, with your juice, is that you don't allow yourself to be, it's going to sound funny, be too thirsty. Roll with it, people.
That was a good one.
Just roll with it. Don't allow yourself to become dehydrated when you definitely got the juice. Keep yourself, stay thirsty, my friend. It is with segment number 6.
So the Warrior Connection. Why does Spider-Man belong in the Lab Martians universe? Because Spider-Man represents something that every warrior understands. The fight never ends. Not because you never struggle, but because you refuse to quit.
Yeah.
Right? Spider-Man tells us, or shows us, we got to keep moving forward.
Damn right.
We always stay humble, right? Like we said, take yourself seriously, but not too seriously. Protect other people.
Mm-hmm.
Laugh when things get tough. And remember who you are.
Remember what the fuck you are. Remember that.
Remember what kind of juice you are.
Remember what kind of juice you got. That's the thing. That's the thing. And not just protecting others. Protect your worth and protect your values. Protect your belief. Protect your faith. Again, forget those mofos.
Understand that others, guys, doesn't just mean the people in the outside world. You're a person too, are you not? So you are included in those others. Protect yourself.
Yeah. Gotta Wu-Tang this. Protect your neck. Protect your neck. So let's see. This is the funny closing segment of our episode. And again, guys, please don't forget to follow, subscribe, share this podcast. Someone may need to hear what it means to be Peter Parker, to be Spider-Man. They might need this inspiration. So please share this podcast with somebody who may need to hear this. So, funny closing segment, Spider-Man reality check. Let's be honest, guys. Being Spider-Man would have some serious problems. Imagine trying to explain to your boss, sorry, I was late. There was a giant robot attacking downtown. You know, if I tell that to my boss, man.
He'd be like, you should have left 30 minutes early and gone.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I mean, just in the past, telling that to my boss, I was already carrying myself like a hero, but or sorry, I missed dinner. I had to stop a supervillain. That's talking to your family.
Sometimes it feels that way.
It does. And sometimes family doesn't even understand.
No.
Because the supervillain might not be an actual person. The supervillain might be your own inner conflict, or it might be an occurrence that has happened that was out of your control. And sometimes, unfortunately, the closest people don't understand. They really don't, unfortunately.
It's true.
So, or worse, this is why being Spider-Man might be interesting. Sorry, I can't pay my rent this month. My web cartridges are expensive. Ooh.
That's relatable on a whole lot of levels.
There's a lot of symbolism in that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of symbolism where and again, and you just gotta laugh about it, guys. You gotta laugh about it. But maybe that is why we love Spider-Man, based on all that. Because underneath the mask, he is just trying his best just to be like us.
Just like all of us. He's just like every one of us.
He is. And that's the true essence of just understanding Spider-Man. So what's the final message for our Lab Martians?
Let's sum it all up here, guys. Spider-Man reminds us that heroes aren't people who never struggle. Heroes are people who struggle and still choose to do what's right. Because remember, you have the power. So whether you're swinging through New York City or you're just trying to make it through another day, remember, stay strong, stay humble, keep your sense of humor, and always, always, always get back up.
And that's the essence of being epic and legendary. So guys, again, thank you for joining us for another amazing web-slinging episode of the Lab Martians. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow us. Please, please, please share this podcast with someone who might need it, or you might want to hear it again. We'll see you for the next episode, guys. Stay epic, stay legendary.
See you soon.